Welcome to How to Canva Like a Badass. We're going to get started in a second. Let me share my screen and we will get this party started. Okay, so here we go. So welcome to How to Canva Like a Badass. This is the intro to Canva, so consider it 101, but I'm going to show you some interesting tips and tricks to get you started on your journey with Canva. So the first thing we are going to take a look at, and I made this in Canva, as you probably know. So the first thing we're going to take a look at is the pricing structure in case you don't already have Canva. So if you don't have Canva, you can either sign up for free or pro. Unless you had a big business, you don't need the enterprise. I would suggest that you start out with pro because there's so much more that you can do with pro than with the free, as you can see. You have free templates with the free, but you don't get that many free photos. It says hundreds and thousands of free photos, but most of the nicer photos are not free. So, and then there's some editing things that you cannot do with the free version. With the pro version, it's $9.95 a month. I think if you pay yearly, $12.95 if you pay monthly, and it's well worth it. You'll make your money back 10 times over. So that is the pricing. So before you get started, you go to canva.com and you sign up for a membership and then get started. So I'm going to get out of here and I'm going to take you to my home page in Canva so that you can take a look at an overview of what it looks like. So this is your home page for Canva, and it shows you that there are all different types of designs: a YouTube thumbnail, Facebook video, Instagram, website. Yes, you can make a website on Canva. Any kind of checklist, Instagram stories. There's tons and tons of things you can do here. So when you want to create a design, you decide what type of design you'd like to create first. So if you want to create a Facebook post, what you can do is search here for examples of templates of Facebook posts, or you can start with a blank one of your own. It's up to you. And let's see. So I'm just pretty much going to go through this home page, and then we're going to do a brief overview, slide presentation, and then we will create a few things. So we're at the home page. The next tab is all your designs. So it takes you to all of the things that I've designed over time. And I play around with it a lot, so you might see duplicates here, but these are all the things that I've done lately for different challenges. You can I made this website homepage. I did some things for advertising courses, Facebook posts, Instagram posts, all kinds of social media things. I did a challenge, and these are the handouts for the challenge. This is a header for a Facebook group that I made for a friend. This is for a book club that I started. So as you can see, there's a variety. This is for questions for book club discussion. So as you can see, there's a variety of things you can do with Canva. This again takes you to the templates, and it shows you there's all different types of templates: Facebook covers, Instagram posts, Instagram stories. Just flip through till you find something that you like. You can do a presentation. So Canva pretty much is for the beginner to the most advanced professional. There's no need to learn anything else. Photoshop, I didn't even want to try it. I mean, well, I did try it a little bit, but it's so complicated and expensive. Whereas Canva is for the beginner all the way to the expert. And hopefully at some point you'll become an expert, or at least you'll be able to do the things that you want to do. The next tab is photos. They have thousands and thousands of photos that you can use on Canva. And I'll show you how to add them to your pictures. You can also upload your own photos. The different apps that work with Canva. So these are all different kinds of apps, Bitmoji. Some of these you have to have the paid version. Like some of these in the color mix, you have to have the paid version. LinkedIn, it works with MailChimp. Now your brand kit. The brand kit is the colors that you use for your branding. So if you work with a branding professional that's giving you the hex codes for your colors to use for your brand, so they might be the colors you used on their website or just the colors that you came up with together. This is where you would house them. All you have to do is go to brand colors, hit the plus, and put the hex code in here, and you've got your brand color. Again, with fonts, edit fonts, add fonts. You can upload fonts. So these are the uploaded fonts that I've added. And then you can create a team. There's other things you can do with it, but we're not going to get into all that right now. So now what I want to do is just go into a brief slide presentation. So I gave you the overview of the main page, and this is Canva, and this just shows you all the different things you can do with Canva, and they're constantly updating it. So what is the vision behind Canva? I just read that there are 3 individuals that started it. They worked on it for months and months to come up with something that was really user-friendly. And so the vision behind Canva is to provide the world a simple new way to create beautiful designs. I don't know about you, but I used to look on Instagram specifically and see people with all these beautiful pictures and memes and branding, and I couldn't figure out how they did it, and I was determined to get to the bottom of it. So this is just a travel picture. They show you, how beautiful you can make it, and you can bring in your own travel photos. You can get photos through Canva. What can you do with Canva? Choose from over 1 million images. There are thousands of customizable layouts. It's very easy to edit your photos, and you can collaborate with anyone, anywhere. You can send them projects, they can send it back, you can edit. I mostly work on my own, and if I did do a project for someone else, I normally download it and then send it to them in an email or Facebook Messenger. Who designs with Canva? Everybody designs with Canva. Bloggers, marketers, businesses, teachers, students. It's for everyone. Anyone can design with Canva. What can you create in Canva? Well, I showed you that, but business proposals, blog graphics, social media memes or artwork, invitations, presentations, business cards. I've definitely done most of these things. So today we already talked about creating your account, and then I will get into these other things, the search, the layout, the text, the background, the upload. That's all part of what we're doing today. There are 2 ways to search. You can search by the categories, or you can search by a keyword. So it shows, and the newer version is updated a little from this, and I'll show you the different categories when we get to it. There's also, you can search for grids and images. So a grid holds an image. The grids can be used to hold an image and allow for easy resizing and manipulating. So not only are grids rectangular, but they're square, they're circular, they're flower shaped. There's a bunch of different types of photo grids. And here's some with a frame. So basically the frame is the grid with a frame, like a picture frame around it. So when you see it in your work, and you'll be able to change this color too. but the circle, you could pick a square, you could pick all different shape frames. So frames can also be used to hold and resize your images, but in a more decorative placeholder. And then we have icons and infographics. So this is an icon, this is an icon, and spruce up your designs by using icons and infographics as an alternative to a photo. So instead of putting a picture of grass, you just use an icon. And the shapes are the building block of your design. They add texture, depth, and organization to your design. Squares are particularly versatile as they can be used to highlight, underline, and create borders around text. So you'll definitely be using squares a lot. This is a shape you can add. There's, like I said, rectangular, circle, octagon, there's all different kinds of shapes. You can search by the contributor for the photo. So the person that took the photograph, you can search by their name if you really like their work. And we're going to get into right now the different layouts. And instead of going through all the slides, I'm going to show you how to do these different layouts. So let's minimize this. And we're going to go back home. Let me close some of these tabs. And close that one. So we just got the one tab open. So I'm going to start with something really basic, Facebook post. So we want to do a Facebook post, just put in Facebook. You can go to the templates. You can also see your designs. And that's one that I made. So we can use any one of these, and if you see something that you really love, that you might like the font, you might like the colors, you can use that to start with and then make it your own. So let's see, I'm just gonna start with this one, very random, but so you can see here, there's a picture here, we've got different text, and this is a background color. So let's start with the background color. You can change it. You click on the post, click on the color here. Now I have here my brand colors. Then there's what Canva does is they look at the photo and they pull out the colors from the photo so that you can coordinate your colors for what you're doing with the photo if you're using a photo. So instead of having blue, let's change the background to yellow. Simple. With the text, where the letter is here, you hover, it says text color, I'm sorry. Let's pick a color. Let's make that blue. We'll just switch it up. Let's look at the photo. Well, we can go here first. This is an icon or an element. I'm not sure which one, but these are different elements. You just go here to element and you can search for all different types of elements to add. So as you can see here, it's allowing you to change the color. So let's just make it the peachy color. And I'm not saying this looks the best with it, but I just want to show you how it works. And then we're changing this one to white. Let's look at this photo. Let's delete the photo. We're just going to go to the trash can, hit delete, and as you can see, we have a photo grid there. So I am going to go to photo and let's search for a photo. Let's just say woman drinking coffee. And as you see here, when you hover, it tells you which all of these are pro pictures. So this one's a free one. So if you had the free version, you would not be able to use any of these pictures. You'd have to pay for them all, but you'd be able to use that one. You see how few free ones. This one's free. That's pro, pro. So many of them are pro. That's why I suggest that you just get the paid version. Let's just go to the top and pick this lady, and you slide it over and right into the grid, photo grid. Now, you see how half of her body is cut off? What we want to do is crop the photo. So you go here to crop, and you could slide it over till she's in the middle. And then we have a better picture of her. So this is how you create a Facebook post. Now here, you want to change the name to be something specific to your project. So I'm just going to call it class Facebook post. Hit return. Let me move me out of the way. And then here, I don't want to publish it to Facebook right away, but you can. You hit the down arrow, and what I like to do is download, and the PNG file is what you're mostly going to be using. And then you hit download. It prepares your design. And there we are. Here's our Facebook post. So from here, I'm going to show you how to do just some other fancier things. So like I showed you before, so if you hit copy page, it'll copy it below it. And that's what I just did. And when you hover, it tells you what you can do. This, you can move the position. Okay, move the position up or back down, but I'm going to move it up since we're working here. And again, you want to choose your, so this is an example of starting with a blank canvas. Let me create a white one. So this is an example of starting with a blank canvas. You're not using anybody else's format. So what you want to do is look here on the side and look for background and decide what type of background do you want. So you could have a plain color for your background, and here's the different colors. Or you could have a pattern for your background. We got cherries here. You could have M&Ms for your background. You could have a marble texture. So you can pick any kind of background you want. You could have flowers. So you can have fruit. And this one here shows all the results, whereas when you look here, it shows different categories. And this is everything. You could have clouds, whatever you want. Get crazy with it. I've used this before. I really like it a lot. I like texture and color. Beautiful background. Got a little hiker there on the bottom. You could use this as a background and do something for students. The other thing you could do is if you didn't want to do a Facebook post, but you wanted to use this for something else, you can resize it. And you can resize it for many, many things. So go through. It could be changed to a flyer. Let me just show you. Flyer. We're going to show more. It could be an ebook cover. And then you just hit copy and resize. Another tab opens and you have your new size. So you might want to do something for a class or a student with yellow pages to take notes. You might want to use this as a book cover. So let me just expand the size so you can take a look at it larger. You might want to turn this into a book cover and maybe make an ebook for your business, your freebie ebook. Begin with trend in mind and talk about trends, or whatever your niche is, you can customize it. And here we have just the plain paper again. So anytime you want to see a life-size copy of what you're working on, you hit these two arrows, says present full screen. The other thing you can do here is just zoom in. So right now we're working at 52%. I could switch it to 75. I could switch it to 100. The other thing you can do is hide this panel and only work with the one item. I like having the panel here. This tells you how many pages you have. So let's go back to our original Facebook post, and I'm going to go back and just show you how to start from a blank canvas. So I'm changing the color, making it white. We're starting out with a blank canvas. Let me make it, let's see what the 75 looks like. That's too big. We'll go back to 50. The first thing you want to add, well, it depends on if you have an idea of what you want. So the first thing I'm going to show you how to add is the text. Here, there are already font combinations, which I love, because a lot of times you know what you like visually, but you don't know the name of the font. And so Canva has tons of different fonts, so you can scroll through, find something where you love the font. Like I like this font here, and I clicked on it. Charlie and Katie are engaged. Well, let's just say Charlie and Katie are having fun. Oops. Let's delete this. I'm not sure why it's not letting me delete. That's interesting. Let's pick a different one. Let's see. Let's delete this group. This one is fine. So this is the text box while we're doing this. So right now, the font you're using is Roboto. This font is the size you're using is 22.5. Click the down arrow and you can make it any size you want. If you want to adjust it to all be on the same line, you can use these bars and move it sideways until it's on the same line. And then if you don't like this, this is how you center. So we're centered horizontally, vertically, right in the middle. So if you wanted a different font, you could go here. And these are some that I recently used. So coming soon font. You click on it, it changes it. I took it out of the box. You can expand it. And there you have it on one line. You could turn it into like there's categories of fonts. So if I wanted a handwritten font, which this one is, this is called finger paint. Give you glory. So there's all different kinds of fonts. This one's more of a script. Here's another one and another one. You even have a marker font. So if you wanted something to look bold, like you use a marker. Now this one is taking up a lot of space, so you just have to be careful about your edges. So Charlie and Kate are having a baby. Now, if you don't like the way it's lined up, right here, alignment, you can center that and we'll leave it centered. And I think this is a little too big, so I'm going to make it a little smaller. And you could pick one of the sizes here, or you could click here and just change it manually. Again, I'm going to move it to the center. And so what else do I want to do with it? Oh, it's not centered. Here we go. Let's move this box over and center. There we go. You'll see a cross right in the middle. So what do I want to add to it? I want to add some elements. Let's look up a baby. So let's say this is a post about a shower coming up. Let's just pick this cute little baby. And you want to hover and slide it wherever you want. You could put it in the middle, but I like things to be a little off. Now, if you want to move it sideways, you could turn it sideways. So I might want to move the baby sideways. What else do we want to add? We could add, let's see, we could add a stroller. And with the stroller, we can change colors. So since baby's wearing pink, do you want to change it to pink? Do you want to change it to yellow? Do you want to change it to blue? You can change the size. And again, you can, having a little problem with my little mouse. You can have it sideways. I just love having things sideways. I have no idea why. You can add a pacifier. Now, when you click on this pacifier, it does not give you a color option. So that means you can't change the color. And since we started with a baby girl, let's stick with girl things. So I'm gonna get rid of that. I'm gonna change this to pink. And what else do we want to add? We could add the little feet. And here you can see that it's allowing you to change the color. So instead of blue, let's use the pink. And then we still have to change, see if it'll let us change the toes. I'm not sure what this one is for. Oh goodness. It doesn't let you change all, it looks like it doesn't let you change all the toes. Let's see. Alrighty. Well, we'll just leave that way. I don't know why it doesn't let you, because it doesn't even show you the blue here. So for some reason you can't change it. So I don't know which one is the foot. So I would have to go back through and figure out which one was the foot and which color was the foot. So these are the kind of things that really you could spend a lot of time on. Let's just go back to elements, baby, and see if we just get the same foot, delete that one, and keep it moving. So we got the pink and the blue. All right, that's an example of, now here, that's, okay, here is the blue. All right, so you can, let's see, let's play with that. I see this purple, but nothing here is purple. So we're just gonna leave it for sake of time. So anything else you might wanna put on here? You might wanna say, have baby. You might wanna take this off here and click on baby. Okay, sometimes you have to move this out of the way so we can get to baby. When you hover, you have to make sure that you get the little square. Let's move this down, not that far. They're having a baby. And we can make that color pink. Let's make that, let's see if we have another shade of yellow. I don't like that. How about purple? So aesthetically, this is not the most beautiful thing, but you get the point. Now let's see, we want to change the background. So we could change the background to purple. We could change the background, let's see, to pale yellow. Not sure why that's not changing. Oh, here we go. That's really weird. Let's delete this background and go back to the yellow. Okay, so it could be yellow, any color you want. So that's basically how you start from scratch. You could also, for the background, do something wilder like that. Or you could do something like that. So use your imagination. That's what I would say. Just use your imagination. Now the baby's holding an orange, but I'm sure you get it. So I'm gonna go over one more example and we will go back to the home. The home holds everything. And I'm gonna show you some things in my design. So this is something I made for book club. And a lot of times what I do is if I make one art meme, whatever you call it, if I make one, I'll make many. So I'll change some of the pictures up, but with the same messaging. So for this one, I just have book club and I have my cartoony picture, but I also brought in a group of women and I changed it around. Some of them I do multiple colors. And so when I post it, I post different ones on different days. You can add flowers. You can add, this is a background. You can move it around. This, I got a designer to make my logo. So any of these elements, this is called apricot font. This is another icon, a book. Now here, I got this from my uploads. So if you want to use your own pictures, all you have to do is hit upload an image or video, go to your pictures and click it and open it up and it will upload it right into Canva. I'm going to hit cancel because I don't want to bring any in, but these are examples of pictures that I've uploaded in to work on. And it keeps them as long as you want because some of these are super old. I've probably been using Canva for about 5 years maybe. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. That's me several years ago. Oh, the other thing that I wanted to show you, And you're going to get two different videos. So some of this may be covered in the other one. But I just want to show you an example. Let me get out of here, of changing a photo in a picture. Okay, let's just look at this one. This photo was in my uploads. So I can come from here, slide it over, and replace it with this picture. I can crop it, move it, and sometimes there's, like, I can't move it over anymore because that's the size of the picture. And we're done with that. If you don't like it, once you make a change, just hit the back arrow and it'll take it back to what it was originally. The other thing that I want to show you with photos is, let's just move this. These are two different elements. So you've got a square and the picture. But I want to show you in this photo, when you have the upgraded version, you go to Effects, Background Remover, and it's doing its magic. And now you see, you don't have her in a coffee shop anymore. And we're going to remove this so you can see it better. Now you have her, just her in the picture. You can click on it, make it bigger. Oops. Make it bigger. And even this element here, it's behind her now. Oh, my mouse is acting quickly. Oh, now we just moved it into the picture. That's the other thing you have to be careful with when you have pictures. So we're going to move her totally out the way. What I was trying to show you is you can make this bigger and put her on top of it, or you can click on this and the position and say forward. So when I move her, it's over her face, which you wouldn't really want. So I'm going to change it to backward, the position backward. And now it's behind her again. You can do the same thing with any elements. Move their position backwards, forwards when you have it staggered. So I encourage you to get in here, to play. I have some other information on the next video, and also questions and conversation with the class. So this is part 1, so you'll have part 1 and part 2. Okie dokie. So we are done.